Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, my name is Essa and I am so glad to have you guys here. So today we're talking about a very well-known brand in Kenya, but most of us, according to a few people that I have asked, really don't know that this phone actually has smartphones. So when I heard that Itel had smartphones, I really thought that I needed to be able to pick up one and just to be able to see what kind of smartphones they have and what they're doing with their smartphones. So I was able to get my hands on one of the latest smartphones they have, which is the Itel S16. It came out a few months ago and it is, I believe, the latest smartphone that they have. It is to be noted that this is an entry-level smartphone, and it means that it doesn't have the power or it doesn't need to be as high-end as any other smartphone, but what it does is sufficient enough for it to be labeled as a smartphone. To start with, you can see how the phone looks like. It does have a really beautiful color. It looks really nice when you look at the phone. And it's quite light. It is a big phone because it comes in at 6.5-inch screen, but compared to other phones, it is really light. So on the right side of the phone, we have the lock button and we have the volume button as well. At the top, it has a 3.5mm jack, which is a rare decision of late. At the left side, there's nothing. At the bottom, we have only the speaker and the charging port, which is type B. At the back, we have the fingerprint scanner, an AI triple camera setup with a flash. We have some Itel branding at the bottom and the speaker. So with this phone, Itel really takes us back in time, because let me tell you, I looked for where to insert the SIM card or the micro SD card, and for the life of me I could not get it until I saw a small bevel at the bottom here, which is for you to be able to remove the back case. So as you can see, the spacing is right here at the bottom, and you just pull out the casing and you are able to put in your 2 SIM cards and your micro SD. So paired with this 6.5-inch screen is a 720p display, and it might not be the best in the market, but it is really good and quite sufficient. Now, the part that brought a lot of controversy to this phone is the fact that people heard that it has a 1GB RAM, and they could not for the life of them believe that a smartphone at this time would come out with an 1GB RAM. So for me, what I believe is that this phone is not meant for heavy users. This is really the perfect phone that you're getting for, let's say, your parents as their first smartphone. So 1GB RAM for them would be sufficient, and because they wouldn't be doing things like gaming, or they wouldn't be using heavy apps. All they would be needing is maybe Facebook and WhatsApp, and this phone is quite sufficient to be able to go with that. So as I was saying, it has a 1GB RAM and 16GB memory. 16GB is also quite efficient for your parents, because they really aren't doing that much. They're not receiving memes and they're not taking photos every day. So this amount of memory in the phone is good, but please do note that the phone has extendable memory, because you are able to put in a micro SD. When it comes to the processor, it has an S773E chip, which is unisoc, and it also not, like I said, it's also not a chip that is used for heavy gaming and whatnot. So this being an entry-level smartphone, that chip is quite efficient to be able to do what it needs to do on the phone. When we come to the camera, we have at the back the triple AI camera setup, which comes with the 8-megapixel main lens, the 2-megapixel macro, and a 2-megapixel depth sensor. At the front we have the 8 megapixel selfie, and the reason why this phone has 8 megapixel at the front and 8 megapixel at the back is because they've marketed it to be the selfie camera that you really desire, which 8 megapixel is really good for your selfies. Like many smartphones, it does run on Android 10, but with this phone, because it is running on 1 GB RAM, it has the Android 10 Go version. So basically what the Go version means is that for your phone, if you get the Itel, it will be having lighter versions of everything. So the Go basically means that you will have the Gmail Go, the Google Photos Go, you will be able to use Facebook Lite, WhatsApp Lite. So you're using lighter versions of all the apps just so that you're not be able to have the phone running at a capacity that it can't hold. With this phone, it comes with a 4000 milliampere battery and it has no fast charging, because let's be honest, if we are buying this phone to our parents, they really don't care about fast charging, they don't know about fast charging, and they probably wouldn't want to be able to do so much with the phone. They would not be heavy users of the phone. So that means that this battery would be sufficient enough for them to use for a whole day, or maybe two, because they wouldn't be draining the charge. They're not on social media all time, they're not gaming the whole day, they're not checking each and everything on the email. So this charge is sufficient for this phone. In general, I think that Itel knew what they were doing when they're putting up an entry-level smartphone, because when you look at it as a whole package, they have packaged it well. For an entry-level smartphone, they have put everything into the right pace. They're not trying to overpower the phone by making it not a Go version on a 1 GB RAM. They're not trying to do heavy mistakes on a light phone. So they really did well with this smartphone, and it basically means that if they were to put a high-end smartphone in the market, they would still be able to probably package it better. And I really do like this phone because as much as it is a 1 GB phone, it really doesn't feel like it, and they've tried to package it in the best possible way they could have. So in Kenya, this phone goes for 9,500 shillings, which for the basic entry-level smartphone, that is the norm, that is the right amount where phones go for as entry-level smartphones. So that was it for this video. I hope you guys learned something new. I hope you enjoyed this video as always, and I will be bringing in many more phones that we are not aware of, or that we haven't really had the chance of having it blown up in our faces. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you come back for more videos. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and make sure to click on the notifications bell so that you can be notified anytime I upload a new video. Do make sure to leave a comment. I would like to hear what you guys think of the phone. If you have ever tried an Itel phone, what was your experience? And let's just be able to chat in the comments. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you guys have a lovely whatever time of the day you're having. Goodbye.